Hello everybody, welcome to lesson 4 of Destination Reader. I hope you're doing really well and that you're managing to get a little bit of exercise as well as doing some learning at home. So we are going to carry on today reading The Hodgeheg by Dick King Smith. Remember, there will be some keywords in red that help you with your learning, and there will be some questions for you to answer in blue. And just like yesterday, I will be asking you to do some writing as well. Before we begin, check that you have a copy of the story, a strategy prompt sheet to help you, a pencil and a pen, and a piece of paper or your home learning book to do some writing. Press pause now and collect those things. Press play when you're ready to start. Okay, let's go. The Hodgeheg by Dick King Smith. Just like yesterday, we will be asking more questions. I love asking questions. It really helps me with my reading. But I want to know, why do good readers ask questions? Now, you've written this a few times now, so just say out loud, why do good readers ask questions? Press pause and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Press pause now. Okay, good readers ask questions because it helps them to understand what is happening in the story. And remember that asking questions also keeps the reader interested and makes them want to read more. And it sometimes feels a bit strange when we ask questions because we don't always give answers. But asking questions helps us to understand our story. So let's get going. I'm so excited to find out what happens today. Before we begin, we have some vocabulary to bust. Today in our story, we come across the word straddle. Now, straddle is when you have one leg either side of something. So when you sit on your bike, or if you sit on a bench, you might sit with one leg either side. That's called straddle. But in our story today, two wheels straddle something. So a wheel goes either side of something in our story today. I wonder if you can work out what. The next word we see is the word feverishly. Oh, I forgot to do my turn, your turn. Let's do that with the word straddle first. My turn, straddle. Your turn. My turn, straddle. Your turn. Well done. I forgot for a moment. Okay, the next word, feverishly. My turn, feverishly. Your turn. My turn, feverishly. Your turn. Now, feverishly means to be scared and to do something when you're scared. Oh, let's see. Let's see who's going to be scared today. The next word is rump. My turn, rump. Your turn. My turn, rump. Now, rump is another word for a bottom. You're behind, your derriere, your bottom. Rump. And the final word that I think you need to know today is the word catapulted. Your turn. My turn, catapulted. Your turn. Now, catapulted is when something moves really quickly, suddenly, through the air. It's launched or thrown. Something today is going to get catapulted through the air. Oh, I really hope it's not Max. Okay, are we ready? Oh, it says page 8, but it's not page 8. It's page 16. Can everybody find page 16? Press pause and then press play when you're ready to read page 16. Okay, just like yesterday, I will read and you can use your finger or a ruler to follow along, and I will stop at different points to ask some questions. Here we go. Page 16, chapter 3. By now, it was quite late. The rush hour was over. The shops were shut. All was quiet. I'll wait, thought Max. And then, when a car or lorry comes, I'll cross in front of it. Oh gosh, we're going to stop there. I've got some questions to ask. What will happen to Max if the lorry doesn't stop in time? Will the lorry stop? Is Max a little bit crazy for thinking that he can cross the road safely? Let's keep reading. Soon he saw something coming. It was a lorry. He was halfway across when he suddenly realised that the lorry hadn't slowed up at all and was almost on top of him, blinding him with its brilliant lights, deafening him with its thunderous roar. It was not going to stop. Lorries only stopped for people, not hedgehogs. The lorry driver, who until he was almost upon the crossing, had been quite unaware of the tiny pedestrian, did the only possible thing. With no time to brake or swerve, he steered so as to straddle the little animal. Looking back in his wing mirror, he saw that it was continuing on its way unhurt, and he grinned and drove on into the night. Oh, phew, the lorry didn't hit Max. The wheels went either side of Max so that he was safe. I've got some questions for you. What did Max think when he saw the lorry wasn't slowing down? And how would the driver have been feeling? Let's keep reading. The sheer horror of this great monster passing above with its huge wheels on either side of him threw Max into a blind panic, and he made for the end of the crossing as fast as his legs would carry him. He did not see the cyclist silently pedalling along close to the curb, and the cyclist did not see him until the last moment. Feverishly, remember that means that the man is scared. Feverishly, the man twisted his handlebars, and the front wheel of the bicycle suddenly wrenched round, caught Max on the rump, on his bottom, and catapulted him head first into the face of the curbstone. Oh no. I've got some questions. Is Max hurt? And does the cyclist feel guilty for crashing into the hedgehog? He certainly seemed scared. What questions do you have? Say your questions out loud, maybe to an adult or just to yourself, and then write them down on a piece of paper or in your home learning book. Press pause and then press play when you're ready to carry on reading. Press pause now. Oh, goodness me, let's keep reading. Poor Max. The next thing that Max recalled, that means the next thing that he remembered, was crawling painfully under his own front gate. Phew, at least he's alive. Somehow he had managed to come back over the zebra crossing. He had known nothing of the concern of the cyclist, who had dismounted, that means he got off of his bike, peered at what looked like a small dead hedgehog, sighed and pedalled sadly away. He remembered nothing of his journey home, wobbling dazedly along on the now deserted pavement, guided only by his sense of smell. All he knew was that he had an awful headache. The family had crowded round him on his return, all talking at once. I've got some questions. What will Max's mother and father say to him? And will Max get better and feel okay again? What questions do you have? Ask your questions out loud and then write them down on your paper or in your home learning book. Press pause, and then when you've done that activity, press play again. Press pause now. Okay, let's keep reading. Let's find out if Max is okay. Where have you been all this time? Asked Ma. Are you all right, son? asked Pa. Did you cross the road? They both said. Oh no, I did the wrong voice. Let me try that bit again. I did the voice of his brothers and sisters, but it was Mum and Dad talking. Let me go back to the beginning of that part. Where have you been all this time? Asked Ma. Are you all right, son? Asked Pa. Did you cross the road? They both said. And Peony, Pansy and Petunia, his sisters, echoed, Did you? Did you? Did you? For a while, Max did not reply. His thoughts were muddled, and when he did speak, his words were muddled too. I got ahead on the bump, he said slowly. The family looked at one another. Something bot me on the hit-em, said Max, and then I headed my bang. My ache bad's headly. But did you cross the road? Cried his sisters. Yes, said Max wearily. I hound where the humans cross over, but the traffic only stops if you're a human, interrupted Pa. Yes, said Max. Not if you're a Hodgeheg. A Hodgeheg! Now I know why the book is called The Hodgeheg. Oh, poor Max. The bump on his head has got his words all jumbled up. He's saying them wrong and in the wrong order. Oh gosh, I've got some questions. Will Max's speech return to normal? And will the hedgehogs ever cross the road safely? What questions do you have? Ask your questions out loud and then write them down on a piece of paper or in your home learning book. Press pause and then press play once you've done that. Press pause now. Oh my goodness me, poor Max. I hope that he's okay. At least he's alive. He came close, didn't he, to crossing the road safely? So tomorrow we will continue reading The Hodgeheg and we will carry on asking some questions. Tomorrow is the last day of asking questions. We've got a new thing to focus on next week. We'll still be reading The Hodgeheg though, because I need to find out what happens. So today, if you wanted, you could make a list of all of the questions that you have so far, or you could draw some pictures about what's happened to poor old Max. Bless him. He nearly got crushed by the bicycle. Okay, everyone, have a super day, and I look forward to lesson number 5, our final lesson for this week, which will be tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.